Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and lovers of Golden Era charm, welcome to the one and only Vintage Airwaves. I want to thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. To all my friends out there in Radio Land, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let's get started with the program.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
Northwest Medical Clinic, how can I help you? I'm sorry, Dr. Matheson is unavailable. He's taken a temporary assignment out of town. Can I make an appointment for you with one of our other physicians? Fine. Okay, let's see. How about next Tuesday at 2:45? Great. You'll be seeing Dr. Kyle Powers. You're welcome. Goodbye.
Psst, Dorothy.
What is it, Millie?
Kyle gets another victim, eh?
I know, right?
How many of Dr. Matheson's patients is he seeing?
Quite a few, which makes sense. He's got the lightest patient load at the clinic.
Gee, I wonder why.
Shh, Millie, someone will hear you.
Well, maybe they should know what they're getting into before they see Dr. Doom and Gloom.
Excuse me.
May I help you?
I have an appointment with Dr. Kyle Powers at 10:15.
Another one bites the dust.
Shh. Okay, what is your last name?
Callahan.
Okay, Callahan, let's see. Yes, you were originally scheduled with Dr. Matheson.
Yes, but I guess he's out of town for a while.
I'm afraid so. Dr. Matheson accepted a year-long research position at a university on the East Coast.
Oh.
Kyle is seeing most of his patients.
Like lambs to a slaughter.
Millie? Mrs. Callahan, why don't you just have a seat over there in the waiting area? The nurse will call your name when the doctor is ready to see you.
Thank you.
That poor woman.
I feel so sorry for her.
If she's used to Dr. Matheson, she's in for a real shock.
I know. I don't envy anyone facing their first appointment with Dr. Kyle Powers.
Mrs. Callahan?
Yes?
I'm Dr. Kyle Powers.
It's nice to meet you.
And why are you here today?
Well, I'm concerned about this mole on my leg.
May I see it?
Of course. It's right here, see? On the calf. Dr. Matheson said I should keep an eye on it in case it changes. I think it looks a little bigger. What do you think it could be?
A mole that changes like that is usually melanoma.
Oh, melanoma? That's cancer, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I'm going to need to ask you some questions.
Oh, well, go ahead.
When did you first notice the mole had changed?
About a week ago.
How much bigger is it?
I'm not sure.
50%?
No.
40%? 30?
10% maybe.
Do you spend a lot of time in the sun?
No.
Has anyone in your family ever had melanoma?
No, I don't think so.
Did you ever have a severe sunburn as a child?
No, not severe, no.
Do you have a lot of freckles?
No.
Are you taking any medication that would weaken your immune system?
Oh, I don't think so. What would weaken my immune system?
Well, any number of meds. Azathioprine, benzotophine, cortithionate.
Of course. I don't even know what those are. Doctor, please just tell me if I do have melanoma, what treatment is available?
Well, that depends on what stage it's in. Surgery is typically the first treatment for all stages of melanoma.
Surgery?
And of course, if it spreads to the lymph nodes, those have to be removed. Late-stage melanoma also has to be treated with chemotherapy.
Chemotherapy?
If it spreads to the organs like the lungs or liver, there's not much that can be done.
Nothing.
Well, in that case, the focus is on relieving the symptoms and keeping the patient as comfortable as possible.
Until what?
Well, until the patient expires.
Oh!
I'm going to refer you to a dermatologist. He'll perform a biopsy and then send a sample of the growth to the lab. If it is melanoma, the dermatologist will refer you to a surgeon for the sentinel lymph node biopsy. It's all standard procedure. Here's your referral. And Mrs. Callahan?
Yes?
I know there's something most patients worry about at this point, so let me assure you. Even if the cancer gets to the point where you can't function, your insurance should cover most of the medical bills. Keep in touch.
Meet Dr. Kyle Powers, a physician well-versed in and fascinated by the mechanics of the human body. Alas, he is also a man with an unmistakable disconnect between his intellect and his heart. For you see, the good doctor is lacking in one crucial area: the ability to take into account the feelings of his patients. But his next appointment is no ordinary customer with a stuffy nose or gouty foot. Awaiting him in exam room number 6 is a messenger who is prepared to give Dr. Kyle Powers a dose of his own medicine, a prescription that can only be filled in the Twilight Zone.
And now, The Twilight Zone and our story, The Amazing Dr. Kyle Powers, starring Sean Astin with Stacy Keach as your narrator.
Kyle? Kyle,
Yes, doctor?
I told you, you can call me Bill.
Okay. Bill? What is it?
You saw Dolores Callahan this morning, right?
Yes, the melanoma.
No, Mrs. Callahan is not the melanoma. Mrs. Callahan is the widow with 3 children who has a suspicious mole.
How do you know what she has? Have you been checking on my patients?
Just the ones that have left here in hysterics.
She was distraught. That's to be expected when you're facing cancer.
Who's to say it's cancer? Why assume the worst and communicate those fears to the patient? Come on, Kyle. You've worked here a few months now. You should know that's not how we roll.
I just provided her with all the facts. My guess is she's home right now making an informed, thoughtful decision about how best to address her illness.
Really? Because after your interrogation, my guess is she's home right now making out her will. Look, we have a responsibility to make certain our patients leave here with a hopeful outlook.
Our responsibility is to diagnose them correctly. What if we treat a patient for something trivial that's really something life-threatening? The golfer who collapses on the 17th hole from the heat, but who really had a stroke. The woman with the annoying little cough that turns out to be emphysema. The list is endless. Thyroid disorders masquerading as psychiatric problems. Lyme disease posing as arthritis. That's why I ask so many questions. The more facts I can get from the patient, the more accurate diagnosis I can make.
So you're going to continue cross-examining our patients like it's the Spanish Inquisition?
Look, doctor, I realize my technique differs from yours. It may not consist of the sycophantic mollycoddling you prefer, but I think you'll find overall that it gets me closer to the most accurate diagnosis possible. That may not mean anything to you, but it's the reason I get up in the morning. It's how I roll. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot of patients to see.
May God help every one of them.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Kyle Powers. I'll be your physician while Dr. Matheson is... Oh! We are obviously not Eileen Richards.
Obviously. The name's Beaumont.
I seem to be in the wrong room, Mr. Beaumont. Let me just...
You're in the right room, Kyle.
You know me?
Yes.
You're not a quality assurance auditor sent to check up on me, are you? Did Dr. Bill T. Goodwin send you?
No, but I am here as a representative.
For who?
Whom? I can read you the list if you like. Mrs. Barbara Kennedy, Mr. Emilio Rodriguez, Miss Dolores Delmonico, Mr. and Mrs. Samuel Stone.
Those are all patients I've seen.
Mr. and Mrs. Emile Saperstein, the very Reverend Arthur Buchanan.
Some of them are patients I treated when I first started practicing.
Mr. William Tanner, Mrs. Glynis Peabody.
But how would you know I've seen all those people?
The Sullivan twins, Katie and Kylie. Rabbi David Weisinger. The Honorable Judge Harrison J. Evans.
Okay, I get it. You know every patient I've ever treated, so who are you, the ghost of Christmas past?
Hardly. I am here to communicate a message on behalf of your patients. They are fed up with your lack of concern for their feelings. You keep them waiting long past their appointment times. You do not call them back with test results. You do not explain their illnesses in terms they can understand. And you do not make clear the side effects of the medicines you prescribe. They have described you as rude, disrespectful, insensitive, and tactless. As one patient so eloquently summarized, Dr. Kyle Powers has the people skills of Attila the Hun.
I get it now. You're an attorney. You're representing all those people as a part of some kind of lawsuit against me.
I'm afraid not. I am simply here to, how shall I put it, keep things in balance.
Look, I don't care if you're here as an attorney, an auditor, or my fairy godfather. All I know is I've effectively diagnosed and treated hundreds of patients. That's how I gauge my success, not by the number of friends I've made along the way. In short, I'm not broke, so I don't need fixing.
In that case, I'm going to need you to sign this.
What is it?
It's a standard affidavit, stating that you are willing to pay the consequences of your actions. I recommend you read the whole brief before signing.
I'm not reading or signing anything.
Well, you're going to be one of the difficult ones, aren't you? We'll have to settle for a non-written agreement then. A simple handshake has sufficed in the past.
I'm not shaking your hand either.
Come now. It's just a handshake. The sooner you shake my hand, the sooner you'll be rid of me.
All right, if it'll get you out of here faster, here's my hand.
Thank you.
Ow! What did you just do?
Good luck, Kyle.
Wait! What did you do to me? Where did he go?
Can I help you, Doctor?
The man who just left this room, which way did he go?
You're the only one who's left that room in the last 10 minutes.
Well, that can't be. I was just talking to him.
I can page him if he's still in the building. Who was he?
Nobody. Just some prankster with a joy buzzer. Who's my next patient?
Mr. Gianelli. He's in room 7.
Good afternoon, Mr. Gianelli. I'm Dr. Kyle Powers. I'll be your physician while Dr. Matheson is gone. Are you in pain?
Oh, yeah.
Where does it hurt?
The back.
What part of the back?
Down low.
Did you do anything that might have caused it?
Probably. I work on a construction site, see? And I had to move some heavy sheets of plywood by myself.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad would you say the pain is?
About a 7, maybe 8. Seems like it's gotten worse in the last half hour or so.
Well, let me take a good look at the area where it hurts. Could you lift your shirt, please?
Sure.
Lower back, you said?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to feel around the area.
Hey, you gave me a shack.
Oh!
Doc, you okay?
I don't know. I feel... Ah! My back suddenly hurts.
Yeah, must be going around.
Oh! It just started out of nowhere. Maybe it's some kind of a kink. Let me see if moving around helps it. No, it still hurts. Excuse me, Mr. Gianelli. I'm gonna have to sit down over there. Hey. The pain stopped.
Lucky you.
That's odd. It stopped when I let go of you. Mr. Gianelli, I'm gonna touch you again.
You're the doctor. Ow, Doc. You need to get a humidifier in here.
Fascinating.
You're done already?
Yes, Mr. Gianelli, this is just a hunch, but is the pain you're feeling on the left side?
Yeah.
Does it hurt no matter how you move?
Yeah.
And you say it's gotten progressively worse.
Oh, yeah.
I think I know what's wrong with you.
So do I. I pulled a muscle hauling around those stupid sheets of plywood.
I don't think so, Mr. Gianelli. You have a kidney stone.
You're kidding me.
I'm convinced of it. I felt, that is, you have all the classic symptoms. Here, this is an order for you to go up to radiology for an x-ray. That'll tell us exactly where the stone is, and we can figure out what to do about it from there.
Hey, Doc. Can I ask you something?
What?
How could you tell all that just by touching my back?
Mr. Gianelli, I wish I knew.
So, now that we can talk privately in my office, let me get this straight. You're telling me that you've been able to tell what your patients are feeling simply by touching them, that you can actually experience the pain they're feeling.
That's what I'm telling you.
Impossible. It can't be done.
Then how do you explain the fact that Mr. Gianelli's x-rays came back showing that he had a kidney stone right where I said it was? And what about all my other patients? Everything I diagnosed this morning was confirmed by x-rays or ultrasounds or MRIs.
You simply diagnosed them correctly.
But I'm telling you, Dr. Bill, I felt their pain.
Prove it.
All right. Who's your next patient?
No, not a patient. I want you to prove it on me. I've been experiencing some pain the past day or so. I want you to tell me where it is.
Okay. I'm gonna have to touch you.
I knew there'd be something about this I didn't like.
And it has to be on exposed skin. At least, I think it does. I'm still experimenting.
Here, you can touch my hand. That's the most skin I'm willing to let you experiment with.
All right. Ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Here goes.
Hey, you gave me a shock.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. Interesting.
Well, what's your diagnosis, Dr. Crackling?
Well, I would hasten myself to a dentist if I were you. You've got a toothache. Top row, right side. I'd say second molar from the rear.
Well, I don't know what to say.
No need to say anything. Your expression says it all.
What is it, Dorothy?
Mr. Samuels is waiting in room 4. He's getting a little impatient.
Tell him I'm on my way. There's got to be some kind of logical explanation for this.
Fine, we'll talk later. Oh, by the way, you might want to have that corn looked at. The one on the big toe of your left foot. Feels like it's going to burst right through your shoe.
Okay, now you're just showing off.
Okay, thank you. Northwest Medical Clinic, may I help you? I'm sorry, he isn't in yet. Can I take a message? I'll let him know. Thank you.
Hey, Dorothy. Another reporter for Kyle?
Yeah, that's like 25 now.
Ever since word got out about his gift, he's become the most popular doctor at the clinic.
I know. I can't believe he's going to be on that talk show tomorrow.
Yeah, I am dying to see what Dr. Charisma is like on TV.
Oh.
Welcome back to Barbie Porterson's Wake Up Call. I'm Barbie Porterson, and this half hour I'm going to have part 3 in my series on how I've managed to stay young looking the natural way without the use of drugs or surgery. But enough about me. We have a guest with a rather unique gift. His name is Dr. Kyle Powers, and he claims that he can experience the same pain his patients are feeling simply by touching them. Doctor, it's good to have you with us today.
Thank you.
Now, why don't you tell us exactly what happens when you touch one of your patients?
Well, in a nutshell, I experience exactly what the patient is experiencing. I can feel where the pain is in their body, how intense it is, what might be causing it, and I'm then able to provide an accurate diagnosis.
Amazing! Would it be possible for us to get a demonstration from you?
Of course. Do you have any discomfort or pain that's bothering you?
As a matter of fact, I do. Let's see if you can guess what it is. Now, what do I need to do for this demonstration?
Nothing. I just need to touch bare skin.
Oh my, careful, doctor. We're a family show.
You can just give me your hand.
All right, here you are. Oh, I think a spark flew between us. Don't tell my husband.
Interesting.
So, what's your diagnosis?
I believe the pain you wanted me to identify is a sprained muscle in your left thigh. Feels like you've probably been working out a bit too rigorously at the health club.
Ooh, that's amazing. That's exactly how my own physician diagnosed it. But it took him 20 minutes. Doctor, you truly have a special gift.
There's something else, though.
What?
Your head. You have a headache. Are you coming down with something?
Of course not. I'm fit as a fiddle. I stay fit the natural way.
There's definitely something there. In fact, it's not just a headache. There's pain in several very specific locations in your forehead.
That's interesting. Well, thank you for being with us, Doctor.
Wait. I know what I'm feeling. You recently had some sort of cosmetic injections, didn't you?
What?
Yes, the type that eliminates frown lines and wrinkles.
Me? Cosmetic injections? What a ludicrous suggestion. Well, back with more of our Barbie Porterson's wake-up call after these messages.
You know, a simple analgesic will help with that headache.
No, I don't need it. Could we cut the audio, please?
Yes, I think that would be quite agreeable. Well, to be honest, I wouldn't mind having a couple of days to think it over. Could you hold on for a moment? Come in.
Kyle.
Doctor, I'm on the phone.
I need a moment with you.
I don't have a moment.
Make one.
All right. I'm sorry, can I call you back? Thanks. That was extremely rude. And what are you staring at?
You look so pale. Do you feel all right?
I feel fine. Just a little stressed, and your intrusion doesn't help. So what's so urgent that it can't wait?
Well, let's start with the waiting room overflowing with your patients.
I had an important phone call.
With who?
Not that it's any of your business, but I was talking to Nigel Fairwick.
Nigel Fairwick? He's the TV producer who creates all those vapid reality shows. Why would you want to talk to him?
He wants to produce a television show starring yours truly.
You're kidding me. Didn't he see that debacle of a TV interview you did the other morning?
Yes, in fact, that's why he wanted to talk to me. Apparently the show's ratings skyrocketed after I outed Barbie Porterson. The interview is all over the internet.
And this TV show of yours will allow you to perform additional acts of benevolence for the public good?
Sometimes. But mostly will consist of me diagnosing the illnesses of actors, political figures, and even world leaders.
Doesn't it bother you to exploit your gift like this?
Exploit? You just don't get it, do you? I'm not seeking these people out. Nigel Fairwick, the newspaper's looking for interviews, those patients in the waiting room, they're all coming to me. I'm the solution to their problems. I'm the answer to their prayers.
Spoken like a man with a true messiah complex. There's just something about your gift I've been trying to figure out. If you can feel your patient's pain, then you must be able to feel other things as well.
Like what?
Like their emotions. You must be able to feel their fear, their anxiety, their despair. Do you feel those things, Kyle?
I feel them.
Then why don't you ever talk about them? In all the interviews you've given, I've never heard you once mention the patient's emotions.
Because it's irrelevant. It's the pain that helps me diagnose the illness. Besides, those feelings only last as long as I touch the patient.
So you shove those emotions aside. The way you've done with your own emotions all your life, I guess. Don't you see what you're missing? You could be relating to your patients in a way that no other physician could ever hope to achieve. You could treat your patients on every conceivable level, not just the physical, but the emotional, the spiritual. Kyle, you're the winner of some sort of cosmic lottery. Don't squander it on a mindless television freak show.
I'm sharing my gift with my patients. If I go on TV, I can share it with the world. How is that squandering my gift?
Because you're doing it to stroke your ego.
How do you know why I'm doing this? Can you read my mind? Is that your gift? Oh, wait, I forgot. You don't have one. Hello? Nigel? No, it's all right. I'm glad you called back. I've decided I don't need more time to think. I want to get started on this TV show as soon as possible. This afternoon? Well, that sounds great. I'll see you then. Thanks.
You're really going to do this?
I have a meeting with Nigel in an hour to sign the contracts.
And what about your patients?
Tell them to come back tomorrow.
What if they don't want to? What if they can't?
Oh, they'll be back. That's the part you don't seem to understand, Doctor. Everyone wants to see the amazing Dr. Kyle Powers.
Well, Dorothy, my last patient has left the building. Let's start closing up shop.
Way ahead of you, Doctor.
Hey, I put the TV on in the waiting area. Kyle's TV show is about to start.
Oh, I don't want to miss this.
Oh, yes. We shouldn't miss the circus when it comes to town.
Come on, Doctor, it started.
I'm coming.
Hello, America, and welcome to Doctor in the House, the new show that promises to be the most amazing, the most remarkable, the most astounding television program you've ever seen. I'm Gil Montgomery, and I'll be your master of ceremonies.
Master of hyperbole is more like it.
And now, let's bring out the man who's been written about in every newspaper, magazine, and medical journal in the country, nay, the world. Please put your hands together for Dr. Kyle Powers.
Wow, a standing ovation.
You'd think he was the second coming.
He thinks he is anyway.
How come he's sweating so much?
He's probably just nervous.
I don't know. He looks kind of pale, too.
Good evening, Doctor.
Good evening, Gil.
Are you feeling okay, Doctor?
I'm not sure. I've been feeling a bit lightheaded today.
Well, physician, perhaps we'll give you a chance to heal thyself later in the show. But right now, we're going to bring out your first patient. Are you ready?
Yes,
I think he fainted.
Oh, no!
Perhaps we should go to a commercial.
But what's wrong with him?
He's not getting up.
Can somebody help me, please? Is there a doctor in the house?
I better head down to the studio. Kyle, I've got the results of your tests. They're pretty extensive.
Tell me.
Well, simply put, your autoimmune system is completely broken down.
Can you tell why?
No, I can't find anything that would cause it. There was something about your results, though, that looked familiar. I'd seen this pattern before, but I couldn't remember where.
You've seen this pattern. You've seen this pattern in another person?
Not one person. Many people. I went back through your files of all your patients. Kyle, what you're experiencing is the affliction of every person you've treated in the past 3 weeks. Think about it. You've got emphysema like Mrs. Crandall. You've got stomach cancer like Mr. Drummond. Even have a kidney stone
like Mr. Gianelli.
Yeah, you get the idea. Every illness you've treated in the past 3 weeks is coursing through your body.
It was 3 weeks ago that...
You received your gift. I know.
How long do I have?
At the rate you're deteriorating, I'd say you've got 24 hours.
No. That just can't be.
Look, I know you're in a lot of pain. We're going to do what we can to make you comfortable. I want to run some more tests. There's got to be a way to beef up your immune system.
Bill, after the way I've insulted you, why are you showing me so much...
Compassion? It's part of being a doctor, right? Get some rest, Kyle. I'll be back.
The time is now 9 p.m. Visiting hours have ended.
Bill?
I'm afraid not.
You? What are you doing here?
I wanted to see how you're feeling. By the looks of you, I'd say you're knocking at death's door.
You did this to me, didn't you?
No. You did this to yourself. Remember our agreement? The one we shook hands on. The one you refused to read. You violated, let's see, Section 3, Paragraph 9, which states, the party in question will refrain from using his gift to advance, hasten, or otherwise promote his own personal agenda. You were given a gift intended to help you better understand your patient's feelings. But you managed to use it for your own gain. Quite an extraordinary display of abuse, really. In short, your discomfort is your own fault. And you are uncomfortable, aren't you? I sense that you're feeling more than pain. Yes. You feel the agony of every patient you ever intimidated or demoralized or humiliated. You feel their despair. Tell me about them, Doctor. Tell me about Mrs. Fitzsimmons. I believe you told her last week she has a spot on her lung. Can you tell me what she's feeling right now?
She's afraid she'll die without seeing her grandchildren.
And what about Katie Morgan, that college student who's been having dizzy spells? You sent her for a brain scan yesterday.
She's afraid she won't be able to marry her fiancé, have children, grow old with a loving husband.
And what about Mr. Hamner? You sent him for chemotherapy 2 weeks ago.
He's...
Yes?
He's filled with the terror of not knowing what lies beyond death.
It must be hard to carry the burden of all that despair. And what's worse, you're feeling it all at once, aren't you?
It's worse than the pain.
I can imagine. It must be unbearable. So tell me, Doctor, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is the despair?
What?
How much worse has the hopelessness become in the past hour?
Don't!
40%? 30%?
Stop!
Is there a history of anguish or misery in your family?
Please stop!
Have you taken any medication that would cause this kind of acute melancholy?
Don't torture me like this!
What have you done today that would cause such agony, such utter torment?
That's enough!
Reached your limit, Doctor. And just answer one last question for me. Do you understand now how your patients feel?
Yes. I would prefer death to this much despair.
All right, then. Since you're already at the end of your rope, I suggest we end it as quickly as possible. I'm going to touch you one last time.
Northwest Medical Clinic, may I help you? Sure, let me transfer you.
Hey, Dorothy.
What is it, Millie?
It's a shame about Kyle, isn't it?
Yeah, a pity it had to end the way it did. I mean, for a little while, he had it all, and now, well, you know.
How have his patients been taking it?
Not well. Of course, I have to tell them what happened when they called to make an appointment.
That's a shame. But, you know, at least Kyle is at peace now.
Yeah. Well, he seemed very peaceful when I gave him his messages this morning. I guess a full recovery will do that to you.
That and a near-death experience.
Yeah, but it is too bad he lost his, well, you know, his gift.
Yeah. I wonder what it's going to be like for him now. Just seeing patients as plain old Dr. Kyle Powers.
Good morning, Mr. Franklin.
Hi, Doctor.
I've got your test results here.
I know. I have a feeling you don't have good news for me.
I'm going to be completely candid with you. And before I tell you anything else, let me say this. What you've got is treatable. And we're going to exhaust every option available to get you well. So why don't we get out of this sterile examination room, go down to my office and have a cup of coffee, and work out the details.
Sounds like a plan. You know, I keep thinking about how everything could change. I'm retiring in a couple of months, Margaret and I wanted to take a trip to Germany to see where my mother was born, and my daughter's about to have my first grandchild. I'm just afraid I'm not going to be around to see all that.
Mr. Franklin, I know exactly how you feel.
Meet Dr. Kyle Powers. Not the same one we met earlier, but a new and improved version. A person who has perhaps quite literally been to hell and back, and learned along the way that redemption requires no small amount of effort on the part of the recipient. It's a fundamental lesson that's customarily taught in Sunday school or at the feet of a beloved grandparent. But a select few insist on learning it the hard way, while traversing the antiseptic, shadowy corridors of the Twilight Zone.
Hi, this is Carl Amari, producer of the Twilight Zone radio dramas. I'd like to take a moment to tell you about our official website at twilightzoneradio.com, where you'll get the latest news and information on these Twilight Zone radio dramas. Plus, at twilightzoneradio.com, you can digitally download 3 free episodes or any of our episodes for only $1.95 each. In this age of ever-changing technology, we've decided to make these episodes instantly available to you by making the Twilight Zone radio dramas a digital download-only series. This means that this series will no longer be offered on CD. The CD collections at our website are now being offered, while supplies last, at buy one, get one free. So be sure to get your favorites before they're sold out. Be sure to visit us often, and I'll see you in the zone.
The Amazing Dr. Kyle Powers, starring Sean Astin with Stacy Keach as your narrator, was especially written for The Twilight Zone by Barry Rickert. Heard in the cast were Pat Fraley, Joby Cerny, Robin Moeller, Ty Davis, Ellie Weingart, Alex Sopner, Emmy Bloom Regali, Rob Riley, and William Dick. The producers of The Twilight Zone wish to thank CBS Enterprises and the Rod Serling Estate for making this series possible. This copyrighted radio series is produced and directed by Carl Amari and Joby Cerny for Falcon Picture Group and Westwood One. Sound design and custom Foley effects for The Twilight Zone were done in the Cerny American Sound to Picture Theater by Todd Beyer, Craig Lee, and Tim Cerny. To learn more about the Twilight Zone radio dramas and to contact us, visit our official website at twilightzoneradio.com. Doug James speaking.